is like 10 out of 10. I can feel it. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. I ate food again. So
That
I'm
helps.
feeling just phenomenal and fantastic. I ate food. We want to know, okay, let me see. Let me open this chat up so I can see everyone. We want to know what you're going to say. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's a mentality that I go by. And I was taught this by a lot of great, very wise people. They said the days, especially when the most crazy things are going on in the world, in America, whatever it is, put your sunglasses on, go outside, pretend you're in Bali, pretend you're on the beach and just kick back for a moment, sit back, be grateful and really just go to Starbucks, go to get yourself a drink, treat yourself well, sit down, because it's too easy to go into that news whirl of like all the negativity and it whirls you in. Um, so moments like this is the best time to have high energy, to fight against all the negativity going out there. I'm not accepting any of it.
I love that perspective. I think it's interesting. I'm in here in Vegas and attempting to fly to LA. We'll see how that works out. But it was interesting, getting all that worked out was not an easy thing today.
Mm-mm.
And looking at it was very interesting because the flight I was trying to get on had been canceled. And rather than being frustrated, I just surrendered immediately. And it was such a cool experience because the work has flowed great. I'm here in Vegas, don't know how long I'll be here. Assume I'm still going to LA later today. We'll see how it works. So I'm just excited that the shift happens for all of us. And I share that, Leo, echoing what you said, as things come at us, the first thing sometimes we can think when we hear something like you shared is like, yeah, but this happened to me, or yeah, but that happened to me, or I would if. And it doesn't matter the situation. We can absolutely choose to take ownership of that situation and be at peace and grateful in the midst of that. And Elizabeth, it's so good to see you back. We missed you, but it was good to see you in person.
Good to see everybody's smiling faces. Can we just take a
Absolutely.
moment and for a second, look that we're 42, I think, 42 days
42.
in, and we got 63 people on. So for 43 days straight, we've had dozens of people continue to show up, show love, go do deals, show up for themselves, invest in themselves. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And I'm so glad and humbled and blessed every single day to be able to come on here, share a little bit, and just hear from Andrew, hear from you guys, and just see your guys' faces every single day. It really does mean a lot to see your faces. And then when we say things, you smile and you guys type it in the chat. Like we see everything. We see absolutely everything. It's just such a whirlwind of positivity and growth here, and I hope that you guys feel it. I hope that this adds a little bit of sunshine to your day, a little sunshine to your week. And I know it's coming to an end after these 60 days, but a lot of you guys are coming to the event, and it's gonna be a lifetime worth of sunshine and positivity, which we're excited for you guys to be a part of. So I want to dive in. You ready to dive in, Andrew?
I'm ready, brother. So type it in the chat. What is your win from this morning? What is your win from this morning?
What is your win? Andrew, what's your win?
My win, well, number one, I'm alive and well. Number two, I've had one, two, three, four, five, six great meetings so far today, and it is only noon PST. So it's been a productive morning, and some major wins happened in both businesses. But I would say in the real estate business, to share that with you guys, we have a lead source we've been testing, and we have gotten, it looks like by the end of the week, we will have either two or possibly even three new contracts from our new lead source. We just started testing. So I love when tests go that way. What about you, Leo?
Oh man, I woke up this morning just feeling so happy because I ate last night after 72 hours of not eating. And it was just such a phenomenal feeling in my body. Like I was just able to get up, go for, I woke up. We have one of our meetings every single morning on Fridays. So I did that, went to the beach, had a great time, closed my eyes for a little bit, listened to you guys, got up the whole day. I've just been 10 out of 10 energy. And so I'm trying to give you guys as much of that as possible, even if I go down to an 8, but I probably won't. I'll probably stay at a 10 while you guys also get to a 10.
Heck yeah. So we have a fun day planned. To anyone who has gotten a contract or a check, anyone who's gotten a contract or a check on these last 42 days, if you've gotten a contract or a check in the last 42 days, so since June, well, June 1st, technically, if you've got a contract or a check since June 1st, type yes in the chat. I want to see how many contracts and checks we have. I know there's several who can't be on today who have gotten contracts or checks. Contracts or checks. Good. This is a lot of people. All right. I want to do something here. Let's see who's on screen. I want to pull up somebody. Shall we, Leo, you get to pick. We got Veronica, Tim, or Judy. Which of those should we pull up?
How can I choose? I want to hear from everybody. Um, I haven't called, I haven't done my call with Judy in a while. It's been like 2 days, but I want to hear from Judy for a moment.
Let's get Judy up. You know, Judy, I talked to her yesterday.
There's
Let me
never
look.
enough. We need at least a daily call with Judy to fulfill us.
Hello.
There we go. How you
Hey
doing, Judy?
there. And I asked her, I said, what's your win? And tell everybody what you told me. Was that yesterday, Judy, or was that the day before?
It happened the day before that I got in a contract on four
Yeah.
houses, contracts back.
I said, what's your
And
win?
then
She
right
said,
now I have one that I'm getting ready to put in DocuSign to go out for another one.
I love that. So this week you have gotten how many contracts signed?
4 signed so far. This one I think will come back signed.
Good. And where did the 4 deals that are signed come from?
One came from need to sell my house a long time ago. Actually, both of the ones that I have signed have come from need to sell my house fast.
Okay.
So it's working. And the one that I'm getting ready came to what's the one that starts out like it looks like is
I don't know.
it's
I
the lead
speed,
source.
I speed
I
delete.
speed delete. I always think of is when I look at it instead of I speed.
That's awesome. What do you
Yes.
think on the 4 that are signed? What do you think you will make on those?
Uh Probably on 3 of them are really they're one investor that owns them. They're kind of older houses, not in the greatest shape. And I haven't decided they're a little ways away if I'm going to keep them or just wholesale them. Actually, one of those that I got signed that just got back in came from another wholesaler.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, so just different sources. These I'll make at least 10K on each one of them if I just turn around and flip them right now.
It's not a bad week.
No,
Are these more cash deals or more terms deals?
these are cash.
Okay.
The guys had to go on dialysis and he's clearing out and needing some money to pay
Good.
medical needs.
I
So
love that.
I'm getting them about 40% of ARV, but they need one of them I know needs a roof, and the other 2 are supposed to be inhabitable. One of them is supposed to be rented, so I'm going to look at them.
Good. So 4 deals, 1 seller,
Uh-huh.
or 4 deals,
No,
2 sellers?
2 sellers on those, and then I have another one here that's going out that they gave me verbal agreement last night and said send the contract. So we're sending out that one. That's one out of an estate. Um, so they
Good.
just come from everywhere and they come from every background.
I love that. That's exciting. I just wanted to hear because we have I bet there's at least 15 people here who either got checks or contracts. And I wanted to just hear Judy from you on that because it's so powerful. Our realities continue to be shaped by what we surround ourselves by. And I want to be around people doing deals. How about you? So
Absolutely.
this is fun. Anything else we should know before we jump into teaching today?
Um, by next week, I'll have a total of what I've done in the last 30 days. That's not everything. That's just what's off the top of my head.
Good. That's
So,
exciting.
yeah. Because
So
I did get a check in and I don't even recall the amount right off. And I think I've got another contract here. So it's been a good month.
I love that. Great wins. All right.
Mhm.
Well, let's do this. I want to also welcome, by the way, is Steven on here? Let's see. I think I've seen him. Find him real quick. I'm going to jump in and start sharing some things with you. When it comes
Not on here
to
right now.
Stephen Hof,
Yeah, he's not on here right now, I don't think.
okay, cool. So I want to share with you a couple of notes when it comes to turning these deals to cash flow. The remaining days we have together here before the live event are jam-packed with number one, more about lead flow, finding deals. Number two, more about selling deals. Number three, title attorneys, closing companies, how to find them. Number four, more funding sources to get low and no interest lines of credit or high interest lines of credit if you want those too, because some is better than none, depending on your credit. We're showing you how to leverage what's available to you to be able to future pay yourself, whether it be with leads or buying houses. You know, you can buy a house on a business credit card. How cool is that? So we're going to be talking to you more about that, giving you additional funding options for your business and a whole bunch of other cool things. Judy's going to be sharing some more in an upcoming day very soon. Glenn's going to be sharing some more, and then Leo and I are going to be interviewing some of our more of our team behind the scenes. So we have a lot of exciting things for store in you. And I'm excited for today. I'm excited for the next, what is it, 17 days, because as I'm sharing this, as it's happening for many of you, and it makes me smile seeing that so many of you are creating your reality into getting deals right now, because that's what this is about. And as you get deals and it begins to become your normal thing, that's what happens when we hang out together. That's why we're so passionate about community. So we're so passionate about making sure you have leads coming in. Lead flow is life flow. If you don't have leads, you can't be buying houses. If you're not buying houses, you're not making money in your real estate business. So it's so important to be surrounded by people where it's happening, to be in the room where it's happening. But Leo, I want to throw it over to you before I get into more about creating paydays with real estate and make sure I'm not leaving anything that's on your mind.
Yeah, I mean, we're 42 days in and we've gone over, you know, 75% of the business, every little piece of it. So every day, of course, we're trying to, our format is teach it in the way of like every day you get a little bit more information about what would the next step be, right? But some of us are still in the initial steps trying to understand the process of, okay, how do I make that first call though? So it's good for us to understand. So as Andrew is teaching these high level parts, take the notes, but don't let your system of overwhelm be where Andrew's speaking of the next parts, right? Because we can, if I let my system of overwhelm be where Andrew's speaking, he's going to talk about these high level things, and I'm going to tell myself I can't do this business. I'm too far away from, being able to get to that level, or I don't know what any of that means, and it allows us to overthink the business as a whole. But same with any business, if we started to talk about consumer brands, we might say, like, if you want to start a beverage company, you have to look within the ingredients. Oh, that ingredient is banned, so you can't use, like, you don't need that information. You do need the information when you're ready to make the beverage company and you're ready to start promoting it, and you're that person that's starting it. But in the initial parts, you just have to learn how to sell and market, how to get the initial material to build the product. What I'm trying to say is with this business, we always have to go back to the fundamental, the thing that you can do every single day, which is get leads and make those calls. Get leads and make those calls. Because the thing is, Andrew's going to continue speaking about his 10 years. And the new people here, they're taking notes. And of course, the people who are students who have been doing this, for longer and who have been working with us, they love it because they're at that point of having their first deal or almost having their first deal to push it across the line, or having done 5, 10, 15 deals, or like, Glenn with 22 deals on the board right now. But some of us who are at square one, we have to understand back to the fundamental of, okay, we need to get leads and we need to make calls. And when I do have a deal, or when I do have 10 deals, look at how much I already learned from Andrew. So I can skip 10 years of screwing up, spending 6, 7 figures, losing 6 figures, losing. I mean, Andrew lost, what was it, 3 mil? So what we're going over is like is making sure you don't have to lose 3 mil, let alone 100,000, let alone 10,000. It's so you can do the process of the business and know that you're protected along the way. But also the reason, me and Andrew take on coaching students for people who are newer is because it's so much easier to hold someone's hand through a deal. And of course, you invest in yourself, you have skin in the game. Our coaching program's 8,000 or 6,500 cash. You have skin in the game where you're holding someone's hand to a deal, and now you're at the place where it's like, okay, Andrew, I get what you were saying, because I'm at that point where I need a private money lender. I got a beautiful deal, but they want 12K down. But if I do this deal, I'll make 60K in the first month, and I'll make it all back. I just need the first 12K. So how do I get that private money? Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay, so don't put your system of overwhelm on level 20. Put your system of overwhelm on level 1.
Very well put. Thank you for that. I think it's interesting as we start to call deals, it starts to make more sense. I remember calling my first deals, whether you're talking about buying the house or selling, which I'm about to talk about, selling. You get on the phone, you start talking to the seller, and then they ask you a question, and you have that, oh crap moment. You've stuck, which for those of you who are in our community, of course, we call them with you or call them back with you once you've talked to them if you are stuck. It's very important, though, that we get those calls. We can understand the stuck points. And so it comes, if you haven't done a deal yet, get leads, find lead sources. We have plenty available in the circle and where in the what do you call it? The downloadables. We have plenty of lead sources available to you in the investor toolbox. That's what I was trying to think of. We have tons of lead sources. Get leads, follow up, get contracts. That's what everyone here has been doing that's receiving these results. That's why you see so many who have gotten checks or contracts in the last few weeks. Now, will everybody do that? Absolutely not. Why? Because I've seen people who get on the phone and then somebody tells them no, or somebody speaks cross to them, or they get cussed out once and they go, this business isn't for me. That's okay too. That's just not where I am. $60,000 checks means more to me than letting myself be comfortable and get off the hook easy and stopping to make calls. So it's just very important to look at that perspective. If you get on the phone, you get the follow-ups and you get the contracts. Now, of course, it's selling. So imagine you have a car you want to sell and you find somebody who can't go to the bank and get a mortgage yet. You tell them you're going to finance it to them. What's the first question you ask them? You're getting ready to give them your car, give them the keys to your car, and you want them to pay you off. Number one, you're going to charge more than you would if they paid you cash. So you're going to agree on a price. You're probably going to set the price, and they're probably not even going to negotiate with you because you are giving them a car and an opportunity, right? Number two, you want to make sure they can afford the monthly payment, or you agree on a monthly payment to you. Number three, how much cash do they have to give you right now when you give them the keys? That's the objective. All right. So something really cool about real estate, and I don't have time to get into the paper business. I think it's interesting, though, once you start to understand that it is just a box on land. You can fill in the blank with car. You can fill in the blank with anything. Once you just understand it's a box on land, and you are literally, you own the thing now. You are in control of setting the terms to sell the thing. So whether you sell it owner financed, which is my least favorite, unless you're in Texas, if you sell it owner financed, if you sell it lease option, which is my absolute favorite, if you sell it a variety of other ways. Cool thing about real estate, I'm going to say this, and about half of you are going to love this and go, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. Glenn's already doing it. And some of you are going to note it down. And like Leo said, later, it's going to make a lot more sense. But you can even sell part of the real estate, meaning, let's say Elizabeth has a deal. Let's say it's a $200,000 house, and she wants to buy it, but she needs $10,000 to put down on it. She's taken over the debt of 150. Let's just say, for example, so she's buying a $200,000 house for 150. She has to give the seller 10K and pay closing. All right. I mean, she's going to have to come out of pocket, depending on the state, call it 12 grand. Well, let's say Elizabeth wants to do this business, wants to do that, but 12 grand is number one. That's why we're going to talk about business lines of credit tomorrow. But let's say that she either don't have the 12 grand or doesn't want to put it out right now. So then let's say maybe Veronica is not got any deals closed at the moment. And Elizabeth calls Veronica and says, hey, Veronica, if you will pay the $12,000 down on this $200,000 house and give me a 5K assignment fee or 10K assignment fee, you just negotiate whatever the deal is. It's going to depend on the cash flow. It's going to depend on all the moving parts of the deal. I'm going to put this into a partnership and we'll each be 50-50 owners. Let's just say it's a 5K fee. Boom. Now Elizabeth owns half of a house that she negotiated and got. She didn't have to come out 12 grand, and she got $5,000 for putting the deal together. And she still owns half of the asset. Veronica's out $17,000, give or take. But she owns half of a house, and maybe Veronica needs the tax write-off, right? So now Veronica is getting the benefit of this $200,000 asset, tax write-offs, cash flow, and eventually, years down the line or months down the line when it cashes out, let's just say it cashes out in 2 years at $220,000. Because remember, I said we ask more when we're financing. Let's say it cashes out at 220. The 150 debt has been paid down. Boom, it cashes out. $220,000 minus, we'll just call it 150. That's $70,000 difference. But Veronica has to get paid back, right? So now we have 70,000 minus 17, $53,000. Boom. Elizabeth now has 26,500 without ever having to put her dollar up. And Veronica has $26,500, more than doubled her money because she was willing to put the money up and didn't have to do any work on the deal because Elizabeth done the work. Is this making sense? If it's making sense, give me a thumbs up. All right, good. So I'm giving this again to you as a framework. Not all of you need to do that. Some of you do, though. And you start to realize, rather than getting hung up on the detail of, oh, crap, what if I don't have the money? There's private money available. There's business lines of credit available. There's partners available. There's, of course, for our students, we happily partner when it's needed. There's whatever it is available to you. We just have to work in our skill and bring value, right? So let's say somebody doesn't have the money for leads. Well, the value you might bring could be calling and closing somebody else's leads, right? So you get paid directly in correlation to the marketplace. I didn't believe that when I was broke. It's like, no, I bring a lot of value, except the marketplace didn't agree. So it really didn't matter what I thought, did it? It mattered what the marketplace told me. And so I could have been angry at the marketplace and been certain I was bringing more value than I was, or I could accept the fact that this is how it works. So how do I bring more value to make the marketplace agree with me? So that's what I want you thinking of. Literally, there's trillions of dollars of money. Money's kind of fake anyway. The government prints more all the time. You instead of thinking, how do I get this? You just begin to bring value to the marketplace. And then you ask yourself, that's why we're hanging out here together. In a moment, our VIPs are going to hop over with us on the other Zoom, and we're going to be closing your deals with you. Laura just sent me another one to call. Some more of you have deals. I know we're working right now. So for all of you who are there and have deals, we're going to be discussing them together in our VIP room. And to note, anybody who's new, VIP is ticket holders. If you have tickets to the upcoming event, if you're in our Boss Low community or our Freedom Life community, you're considered a VIP. So our objective here is to bring massive value to the marketplace. Doing what? Asking great questions. I shared this, and I think I shared it earlier in our 60 days. I'll share it again. I go on Facebook Marketplace. There's a house posted up for sale, 95,000. Now, what's most people do? Crap, I probably should call that. Or somebody ambitious may call it and go, well, shoot, how should I make sense of this? They have it on Marketplace. How can I make money on it? Called. What's the least you'll take? They said 8,500. Sent over a purchase agreement for 81,500. Boom. Got better pictures because the pictures on market sucked. Posted it back up for 99,000. Got an offer for 95 and sold it. So all that happened, pulled it off the same marketplace. We put it back on the same marketplace to sell it. And so don't believe all that brain boogie that goes on in your brain saying, but this won't work because of this, or what if this happens, or what if that happens? What if a check happens? What if you get it contracted and you get an offer for 20,000 more? Will everything go as planned? Absolutely not. That we must prepare for success so that when the opportunities are presenting themselves, we can be ready to accept those opportunities and add that value to the marketplace. Again, borrowed credibility. Write it down if you haven't done it yet. All of our community members, you guys do this so masterfully. Borrow our credibility. Know that you are part of a community that is hanging out and got your back, and you're closing these deals, borrowing, in a sense, the value that we bring to the marketplace, right? That's the tag team. That's where we love connecting and helping you guys get deals. All right, before we wrap up, do questions and hop over to VIP. Of course, Leo, if you got anything, hop in any time. Paul, what's our questions of the day?
All right. First question today, guys, comes from Michael Fernandez. He says, I'm new. Can we go over how we can get leads?
Heck yeah. What I want to do for you, Michael, actually, would you mind, Paul, to go ahead and put in the chat the circle access?
Yes.
In circle. I will post today, Michael. Make sure you sign up and get the circle. It's free. I will post today the ticket link so you can get tickets to the live event. I will post the where to get leads training video and a couple of other resources for you. So for all of you in the circle, be watching for that. If you don't have that, for anyone who's not in the circle yet, hop in and get in the circle today. There's a ton of free resources and values and great people in there.
All right, next question here comes from Veronica, and she says, how many leads from Sell My House Fast do you get per contract signed?
For us, I think it's about 5. Numbers vary. Is that about what you're experiencing, Judy?
My numbers are a little higher than that, but the thing of it is you don't throw them out. These that I just got have been around a while.
Follow up is key. So
it is.
Do the math. It's numbers. What if it's 10? Shoot. What if it's 20? What if you suck on the phone and it's 25 and each lead costs you $200? How many of you would still write a $5,000 check if it come back as a, I don't know, 20,000 check? Everybody do that? Come up with?
Absolutely. And another one there for Judy from Veronica. What will you do with the wholesale? excuse me, it's what will you do to wholesale that deal? Advertise on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or somewhere else? Question mark.
I'll put them out probably back on Facebook. I'm actually going to look at them. And if they look suitable that I can put them out on lease option, nobody else is getting them.
All right. And we do have a question here from Tim Keown. He says, I'm interested in getting a business line of credit. Just curious, what are your thoughts on private money versus business line of credit?
Private money is awesome. I think you should have both. Private money is incredible. I just like the fact that at any given moment I want to do something, I have, 100 grand sitting there for free, because a lot of these business lines of credit have an introductory rate of 0%. And you can sit there and go buy a freaking house on a credit card, or go pay for a marketing, or do whatever it is you want to do, and then just pay it back interest free and play with the bank money.
All right. All right. If we could mute Judy out there. So, guys, we are out of time. And however, I do have some amazing wins. And for any questions we didn't get to, I have saved those. We'll get those tomorrow. But we have some amazing wins here from Bev says, contract offer the lawyer this morning. Timothy Pearson says, close to finishing our latest flip. Already have a buyer lead for the sign I put out yesterday. Tammy says the world would be so much better if it wasn't for if onlys and what ifs. I love that. Language patterns have a huge impact on how we really create our day, and the impact the decisions we make in real estate and life in general. And awesome win from Tim Keown. He says, just had a meeting with a seller and potential deal is on the cards. Congratulations, Tim. I love all these huge action takers here, and that's how we make
Tim,
things happen, guys.
Was it worth all the money you paid to be in this 60-day coaching? He says, yes, it was free. That was fine. All right, good. Welcome. I will see all of you on the VIP who are ticket holders, who are Freedom Life, who are Boss Slow. Will be there closing your deals starting right now, like 60 seconds. All right.
Absolutely.
See the rest of you tomorrow, same place, same time.
And also, we got to remember our older cash flow to freedom students. Any of those current students, absolutely come on over.
See you there.
Thanks, guys.
Bye for now.